I just want to make this video to point out a couple things. Like, we don't want to have an ikkyo that is an architectural design that is arbitrarily drawn. And your Federite Aikido just has arbitrarily, architecturally designed what is ikkyo. We land on an ikkyo, as I was saying in yesterday's video, because it is tactically sound. To be tactically sound, here referring to Nishio, it has to be consistent, at least with what everyone else is doing. Okay? And Aikido's arbitrarily drawn ikkyo is very inconsistent with what you see in other grappling arts. It functions, therefore, out of that choreography. And usually, it's the shape of uke knows where we're going, and like a rental horse that knows we're headed back to the barn, I don't really have to drive that horse. It'll go exactly where it wants to go, and even go at the pace it wants to go. I don't know if you guys have rented horses, okay? They do that. They don't want to keep doing this ride all day. So back to the barn, the horse wants to go, okay? So usually the uke lays down and or moves their feet to move them into position, and or does not move their feet in order to move them in order to keep them in position. But your opponent is always going to try, opponent you're taking off balance is always going to try to put their base of support back under their line of gravity. And so they don't do what the modern uke does. Okay? So when we have a technique and our ikkyo is the guy came in with spinal displacement, I use the spinal displacement to make him come forward. Because watch, Andrew, yes, and let's see which foot you step with. Oh, weird. And keep your grip. And keep your grip. Keep your grip. Which foot are you coming forward with? Outside. That one. So he came in, he ends up there. He's already falling. He counters. Yin yield. This arm, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then I go to the elbow and I keep him in that falling position. Wait. I step in front of the other foot. So he tries to put the foot down, the other foot. Pay attention where it goes. So let's look. When this leg hits and this head tilts, the leg has a hard time coming forward. I'll show why. There's downward pressure on his head. Step. That's what we're doing with inertia. Downward pressure on his head going down. It's very hard for this foot to come back forward. Watch his head. Bring your foot forward. Don't. All you got to do is what I say.
Right.
Bring your foot forward. Where does head go?
Up, sensei.
Up. Your head is down and continuing to go down. Let go. And bring your foot forward. Where does it go? Let's pay attention. We'll go slow. I'll use you for, you can use me for balance. His head is still going down, and he gets his foot down. Got it? Now, what's there though?
Your leg, sensei?
My leg. Go back. I'm here. His head is going down, and he tries to step. He can't step. Do you see that? Thereby, I can take his line of gravity outside of the base support that cannot get back underneath it. But we do more. Because he's not going to fall that way. This is going this way. Do you see? So there's another energy. Ignore the arm. We're just looking at the physics. There is the downward energy, but there's this energy going in. And that does what to that leg? Centrifugal energy makes it go out. So the foot is inhibited by the downward energy on the head, the obstruction of my stance, and the centrifugal energy that's taking it this way and not this way. Do you guys understand? Okay. When we're here, okay, as you guys are, Rio and Tony, I don't have the obstruction. You can leave your head down and be super athletic. Bring your foot. Do you see? And when bring him around this way, you'll be able to see that he can snake this foot in even easier. So I'm here, I bring him around, there it is. So it looks like it works because the uke lays down. Lay down for me. But this person is going to step around. Now, go back to your federation, your federai ukemi, and that's exactly what uke does on Ikkyo Ura. I was even taught that by Chiba Sensei. The front foot comes around and goes on the inside. That's all he's doing here. On, I come around. That would be where federaites go. I'm going to do ura, but lift up, use your leg. There's no way, because that is not ura. I do not stand where this foot is going to be aided and finding itself on the ground. So ura is not here. Ura's back here. You can't combine the two, okay? So in Ikkyo from Gyakuhanmi, he will take that step, and that's exactly what I need now as I continue my turn this way. So let's go back. The first problem, when I stay here and I bring him here, I'm done rotating. He's going to stand up on that. Go back. But when I'm back here on Ura and he brings that foot in, I'm not done rotating. He tries to stand up. I 90 degree it, and I have Ura. So the main difference is Where am I in the rotation? Ura's back here by the hip, not up here where Omote is. And 2, I don't have my feet apart where I only have this much rotation. My feet are moving together. And he goes here, not there, okay? So in Omote, I inhibit his step, and in Ura, I use his step. But I'm in a place to use that step. In the back, and he takes the step at the first, 15 degrees of the rotation. So I still have the other X amount of degrees of rotation ahead of me. Does that make sense? Okay. So don't combine the two, because they can't do the same thing. They're different techniques, as you can see, working in yin and yang. In Omote, I don't let him step. In Ura, I want him to step. But I'm in a different place for the Ura at a different degree in my rotation. Okay? So don't combine the two. When you're doing the technique on this one, you're here, and his head keeps moving, and we're here. Not here. That's exactly what he would do. I don't have anything else here. You think you're going to take another step, but he gets a step for every step I take. So he'll step with the other foot. And every time this gets worse and worse for me till he gets underneath it. Okay? Please stop combining Ura with Omote.